So suppose if I have an expansion of e plus x to the power of 7, how many terms will it contain? It will obviously contain n plus 1 term, which is 8 terms, right? So you have 8, right? So when I'm talking about, let's say, the third term, this is the third term, T3. And when I say third term, I'm talking about third term, I'm talking about third term from the left side. But what if I tell you the third term from this side, third term from the end? The third term from the end will be this one, right? Then from the beginning, what term is it? If you see, this is the sixth term from the
Six
beginning,
term.
or we say third term from the end. Third term from the end. Okay. So whether I say sixth term or whether I say third term from the end, it means the same thing, right? So how do we deal with questions where they say third term from the end, or say fourth term from the end? How do we deal with such questions? What we do is with such questions is that what if they say third term from the end, then we try to bring it down to T6, that is sixth term from the beginning. Okay, that is what we try to bring it down to. Okay, so if you notice here, suppose if a binomial expansion has n plus 1 terms, this is a total of n plus 1 terms, right? Okay, and if I tell you to locate the rth term, this is my rth term, let's say, right? And before rth term, I have how many terms? R minus 1 terms I have, right? So rth term, rth term from the end, let's say rth term from the end. Okay, so rth term from the end, so how many terms will it be from the beginning? It will be n plus 1 terms, that is this entire n plus 1 terms, right? Minus this r minus 1 terms, right? Minus r minus 1, isn't it? Which is
Yes,
equal
sir.
to n plus 1 minus r plus 1, which is equal to n minus r plus 2th term, which is equal to t n minus r plus 2. So whether I say rth term from the end, or I say n minus r plus 2th term from the beginning, it's the same thing, right? So just remember this. So when I say rth term from the end, I mean n plus 1 minus rth term. Okay. So if you this example that I have given you, look at this. If how many terms do I have here? I have 8 terms, right? So if I say third term from the end, this one. Okay, so how do I locate this? 7 plus 1 minus 3 minus 1, which is equal to 8 minus 2, which is equal to C6 term I'm getting, right? Am I getting T6 or not? Right? So if I say third term from the end, I mean sixth term from the beginning. Okay, so just remember this result. N plus 1 minus r minus 1 term from the beginning means the same thing as r term from the end. Now once we know this idea, now we are in a position to solve the next sum. But what I would like to do is I would like to do question number 10 first, then I would like to move to question number 9. Okay, look at question number 10 here. The question given to you here is find the fourth term from the end in the expansion of. So given expression here is x cubed by 2. minus 2 by x square to the power of 9. Okay, this is the given expression to you. You need to locate the fourth term from the end. So fourth term from the end is equal to what? According to our last result, what did I give you? It was n plus 1 minus, because we are talking about the fourth term from the end, r is equal to 4. 4 minus 1th term. Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
Is equal to 10 minus 3th term, which is equal to 7th term, which is equal to T7. That means you simply have to find out the 7th term or the T7. So let's find out T7. Therefore, fourth term from the end is equal to 7th term is equal to T7 is equal to T6 plus 1. So this is NCR e to the power of, a here is x cubed by 2 to the power of n minus r, 9 minus 6, into minus 2 by x square to the power of r, which is 6. Okay. Now we just need to simplify this. 9c6 is the same as 9c3 x cubed by 2 to the power of 3. And because minus is raised to an even power, this is going to become plus. You're simply going to get 2 by x squared to the power of 6. Okay, so you get 9c3 into x to the power of 9 by 2 cube into 2 to the power of 6 by x to the power of 12. So which is equal to 9c3 into x to the power of 9 minus 12 into 2 to the power of 6 minus 3, which is equal to 9c3 into 2 to the power of 3 into x to the power of minus 3. Okay, whose value you can now find this out to be 672 by x cube. So this is the fourth term from the end. Okay, no question here.
No, sir.
We continue with the next problem, which is number 9. Number 9. The question here is, find the sixth term of the expansion y to the power of half plus x to the power of 1/3 whole to the power of n if the binomial coefficient of the third term from the end is 45. Remember, the binomial coefficient only is equal to 45, not the third term, not the entire third term. Only the coefficient of the third term is equal to 45. Okay, so mind, whenever you are reading this question, you must be very careful. Okay, whether they are saying coefficient or whether the term itself. Okay, so first let us write down the given expression. Given expression here is y to the power of half plus x to the power of 1/3 whole to the power of n. Okay, sixth term from the end. Sixth term from the end is the same as n plus 1 minus, what is the value of r here? 6 minus 6 minus 1th term from the beginning, obviously, right? So which is equal to n plus 2 minus 6, which is n minus 4, n minus 4th term, right? Okay, find the sixth term of the expansion. Okay, third term from the end is 45. Okay, so we have to find out the third term from the end. This is the third term, not the sixth term. We have to find out the sixth term. but the coefficient of the third term from the end is given. So here we put third term from the end. We have to find third term from the end. Okay. So this should be n minus 1th term, because the coefficient of third term from the end is given. That is why I'm trying to locate the third term from the end, which is equal to Tn minus 1. And what is Tn minus 1? You can write Tn minus 1 as, what is the value of R here? You can write this as T n minus 2 plus 1, right? So what is the value of R here? N minus 2, which is equal to NCR, right? Into e to the power of n minus R into,
Excuse me, sir.
tell me.
So how will we get n minus 2?
Because see, this is Tn minus 1. This must be equal to R plus 1. We have to write this in
Yes,
terms
sir.
of R plus 1. So that is why because we have to get this 1 here, that is why we write it n minus 2. Okay.
Oh, yes, I got it.
So this is x to the power of 1/3 to the power of R. So now you can write this as NC n minus 2 into y to the power of half to the power of 2, because n minus n plus 2, n will cancel here, and this you can write as x to the power of n minus 2 by 3, right? Now this is NC2 simply into y into x to the power of n minus 2 by 3. Okay. So this is what we are getting. And what is the coefficient given here? What is the coefficient of the third term from the end? It is given to be 45. And what is the coefficient of third term from the end? This one. That means NC2 is equal to 45. Now which we can solve very easily. So if NC2 is equal to 45, n into n minus 1 by factorial 2 is equal to 45. That means n into n minus 1 is equal to 90. Now will you actually solve the express it as a quadratic equation and solve? Is there a shortcut? Piyush, is there a shortcut to solve this equation? Is there a shortcut to solve this equation? See that.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what is the shortcut?
Sir, we will break it 10 into 9.
10 into 9, exactly. So now this corresponds, because n and n minus n is a natural number, right? N is equal to 1, 2, 3. N cannot take negative values. Neither can it take fractional value. That means obviously you can write n into n plus 1 as 10 into 9. Okay. So therefore, what are you getting here? The value of n is equal to 10. Fine. So that is we have got the value of n, but that's not the question to get the value of n. The question is find the sixth term in the expansion. So once we get the value of n, now we can find out the sixth term is equal to T6 is equal to T5 plus 1 is equal to n, because we have found out the value of n, 10C5 into y to the power of half, that was a, and x was I think x to the power of 1/3 to the power of 5. Okay. So that is how we are going to get sixth term of the expansion. Now we just need to simplify this. Okay, so this is 10c5 y to the power of half to the power of 5 into x to the power of 5 by 3. So this is 252 y to the power of 5 by 2. 10c5 is 252 into x to the power of 5 by 3. And that is your required sixth term. Okay. We proceed to the next one then. Okay, number 11. The question here is, in the expansion of x square plus 1 by x to the power of n, the coefficient of the fourth term is equal to coefficient of the ninth term. Remember, the terms are not equal. Only the coefficients are equal. Okay. Find n and the sixth term of the expansion. So let's write the given expression first. Okay. Because we need to find the coefficient of the fourth term, we find out the fourth term. T4 is equal to T3 plus 1 is equal to NC3 x squared to the power of n minus 3 into 1 by x to the power of 3. Right? So you get here NC3 x to the power of 2n minus 9. Now be very careful when you're multiplying these two. It means you're multiplying 2 with the entire n minus 3. Okay? Into 1 by x cube. So you get here NC3 into x to the power of 2n minus 9 minus 3, which is equal to NC3 x to the power of 2n minus 12. Okay, so this is your fourth term. Okay, now what is the coefficient of this fourth term? The coefficient of this fourth term here is NC3. Only this part. This is the coefficient. Right? This is 2n minus 6, I think. Yes. This is 2n minus 6. And this becomes 6 minus 3. 2n minus 6 minus 3. So this becomes 2n minus 9. That's it. Anyway, we are only concerned with the coefficients here. And also what is, it is given to you that the coefficient of the fourth term is equal to coefficient of the ninth term. Let's first find out the ninth term, T9. T9 is T8 plus 1, which is equal to NC8 x squared to the power of n minus 8 into 1 by x to the power of 8. Okay. So this is NC8 into x to the power of 2n minus 16 divided by x to the power of 8, which is equal to NC8 x to the power of 2n minus 24. So therefore, what is the coefficient here? Coefficient of T9 is equal to NC8. Now what is given here? That the coefficient of the fourth term and the coefficient of the ninth term are equal. So coefficient of T4 is equal to coefficient of T9. Coefficient of T4 is NC3 and coefficient of T9 is NC8. Now we need to solve this equation. So how do we solve this? You write this as n into n minus 1 by factorial 3. And you write this as n into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5, n minus 6, and finally n minus 7. divided by factorial 8, right? Now, how do you solve this equation? Take everything on the either the left hand side or the right hand side. So what do you get? N into n minus, that is, you reduce the right hand side to 0. Okay, n into n minus 1, n minus 2, minus is equal to 0. Now from here, numerator you write as it is. And the denominator, because there's a factorial 8 here, you can write this as 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into factorial 3 minus, and you write this as it is, n into n minus 1 by factorial 3. Now what can you take common from the 2? If you see, you can take n into n minus 1 by factorial 3 common. So what are you left with? You are left with 1 or n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 only. You are left with n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5, n minus 6, n minus 7 divided by 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4. You are left with this minus 1 is equal to 0, right? So that means n minus 2 n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5, n minus 6, n minus 7 divided by 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 minus 1 is equal to 0, right? Because this part cannot be equal to 0. That means you get n minus 2 n minus 3, 4, 5, 6, and n minus 7 must be equal to 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4. Okay, now how do I solve this equation? What is this? This is an equation of what? This is an equation of degree 6. Shall I multiply everything and then solve? No, we do trial and error. So if I put n is equal to 11, it will satisfy. So by trial and error, n is equal to 11. Put n is equal to 11, see, it will satisfy on both sides, right? So that is what you are getting here. Start with n minus, just a minute. I've got 5 terms at the end here. So I must have okay, this is n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 is, oh, this is, here I have made a mistake. This should be n into n minus 1 into n minus 2. So this should be n into n minus 1 into n minus 2. There should also be an n minus 2 here. And this should be n into n minus 1 into n minus 2. So now this term will go. Okay. This term will go. So you simply have n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5, n minus 6, n minus 7. Now you have 5 factors in the left hand side, 5 factors on the right hand side. Now you can put n is equal to 11. You can do by your trial and error, and you can get n is equal to 11. Okay. So what is the question here? If you see, the question here was find n. So we have found n is equal to 11. First part is answered. Next part is find the sixth term in the expansion. Okay, sixth term in the expansion means P6 you will have to find. So let's find out P6. Therefore, T6 is equal to T5 plus 1 is equal to 11C5. A was x square to the power of 11 minus 5 and x was 1 by x to the power of 5. So this is 11C5 into x to the power of x square to the power of 6 into 1 by x to the power of 5. So this is 11C5 x to the power of 12 by x to the power of 5, which is equal to 11C5 is 462 and x to the power of 7. So this is the sixth term. Any question?
No, sir.
We move on to the next type of sum, which is a little different kind, where you are adding up a series, an infinite series you are adding up with the help of binomial theorem. Actually, you are approximating the sum. Okay, you're not finding an exact sum. You are approximating the series to a binomial expansion. Okay, number 12. Question is find the sum of the terms of the binomial expansion to infinity. So given series 1 plus 2 by 4 plus 2 into 5 by 4 into 8 plus 2 into 5 into 8 by 4 into 8 into 12 plus up till infinity. Okay, we have to find out the sum of the series. So what I do here is, because we want to approximate this series to a binomial expansion, we take 1 plus 2 by 4 plus 2 into 5 by 4 into 8 plus 2 into 5 into 8 divided by 4 into 8 into 12 plus up till infinity. Let it equal to 1 plus x to the power of n. Okay, we'll find out the value of x and n. Okay, so how do you find out the value of x and n? In the next step, what you do is up till infinity is equal to, you expand this as binomial theorem as 1 plus nx square, sorry, n into n minus 1 this should be, factorial 2x square and up till infinity. Okay, now what you do is you equate this term and this term, and you equate this term and this term. So therefore nx is equal to 2 by 4 and n into n minus 1 by factorial 2 is equal to 2 into 5 by 4 into 8. Now we are going to solve these two equations. So this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. Okay, so let's solve. So from 2, starting with 2, this is n into n minus 1 x square. So if from 2, if you multiply, you get n square x square in fact, minus n x square divided by factorial 2 is 2 is equal to 2 into 5 by 4 into 8. That means this is n square x square can be written as nx square minus nx square can be written as nx into x divided by 2 is equal to 2 into 5 by 4 into 8. Next, from 1, what is the value of nx here? 2 by 4. Put it here. So you get 2 by 4 is nothing but half, right? So half square minus half into x divided by 2 is equal to 2 into 5 by 4 into 8. Okay, so you get here, if you take the LCM in the numerator and you will get 1 minus 2x by 4 into 2 is equal to 2 into 5 by 4 into 8. Okay. Now this is a simple equation which you can solve. So you certain terms are going to cancel here. This 4 and this 4 will cancel from both sides, and this 2 will cancel 4 times. Okay. So now you can cross multiply here to get 1 minus 2x is equal to, even in fact this will also cancel. So 1 minus 2x is equal to 5 by 2. So if we solve, we get x is equal to minus 3 by 4. Okay, so you have got the value of x. How to find out the value of n? Put the value of x in 1. So from 1, n into minus 3 by 4 is equal to 2 by 4. Okay, so you get n is equal to minus 2 by 3. So therefore, what is this equal to? Therefore, 1 plus 2 by 4 plus 2 into 5 by 4 into 8 plus 2 into 5 into 8, the given series, and by 4 into 8 into 12, okay, up till infinity, must be equal to 1 minus, what is the value of x? 3 by 4. So the power of n is minus 2/3. Now here, n is coming as a fraction. So no problem. This is actually the binomial expansion for fractional powers, okay, which is not there in your syllabus. But I'm just showing you this because it just has come up. So I'm just showing you, okay. But fractional powers is not there in your syllabus. So therefore you get this as 1/4 of minus 2/3. So you get this as 4 to the power of 4 to the power of 3 by 2. Okay, this is 1/4 to the power of minus. Okay, the minus sign changes. You have a minus power here, so this becomes 4 to the power of 2/3. So this means 4 square to the power of 1/3, which means cube root of 4 square, which means cube root of 16. So that means the sum of this series is cube root of 16. Okay, can I proceed to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, number 13. If x to the power of p occurs in the expansion of x plus 1 by x to the power of n, so given expression is power of 2n. Prove that its coefficient is, that means coefficient of x to the power of p is this. That is what you have to prove. Okay, this is the given expression. Now I start by saying let the rth term contain x to the power of p, or let tr plus 1 contain x to the power of p. Okay, so therefore what is tr plus 1? Tr plus 1, if you see here, is 2n cr x to the power of 2n minus r into 1 by x to the power of r, right? Which is 2n cr x to the power of 4n minus 2r divided by x to the power of r, which is equal to 2n cr x to the power of 4n minus 3r, right? So if tr plus 1 contains x to the power of p, that means x to the power of, that means this term here must be x to the power of p. So x to the power of 4n minus 3r must be x to the power of p. That means 4n minus 3r is equal to p, and therefore you get r is equal to 4n minus p by 3, right? So what is the coefficient of the rth term here? This is the coefficient, right? 2n cr, coefficient of the rth term, that is equal to 2n cr, which is equal to 2n c, put the value of r, 4n minus p by 3, right? Which is equal to, now you know the combination formula, 2n factorial divided by, that is ncr. What is the formula? Factorial n by factorial n minus r, 2n minus 4n minus p by 3 factorial into 4n into r factorial, which is 4n minus p by 3 factorial, right? So which is equal to 2n factorial divided by 2n plus, if you take the LCM here within, you will get 2n plus p by 3 factorial into 4n minus p by 3 factorial, right? So this is, and I think this is what they have required. I think I have in fact made a mistake here by introducing the bracket here. This should be here. The bracket should be here. Okay. So that is what was required to prove, and that is done. Okay. So I'll stop here then.